All right, good evening. Happy Sunday night, everybody. We are live talking about the weather for this new week of June. It is now June 2nd, and we're just a couple weeks away from summertime, which means it's going to get hot more often, more frequently. It's already hot, right? I mean, it's no big surprise there. We've been really warm these last several weeks, wrapping up May and heading into the month of June, but it is now expected to get even hotter by about Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Ask away. We'll be on live for the next 15 to 20 minutes or so, talking about the weather here across the state, maybe even check on the weather across the country. It was pretty active around 5:30 today up north near Dallas and far west near San Angelo, which again, we'll show you the radar in just a bit and go through all of that as well. The month of June typically yields, of course, more heat. Our hottest month of the year, by the way, is August, historically here in San Antonio. So we keep on upping the average high through June, through July, and through August, which I think the first 2 weeks of August are historically the hottest on record. Average lows go from 71 to 74, so lows keep warming up. The mornings keep getting warmer. The high temperatures keep getting hotter, so no big surprise there. Average rainfall for June, surprisingly 3.28. I say that because, in June, July, we just think how dry it is. But daytime heat, sometimes these summer thunderstorms can pop off and they can drop some pretty good rainfall. Not expecting that anytime soon. It'll be dry tonight. But there will be a chance for rain tomorrow night and Tuesday evening as well, and we'll go through that step by step in a moment. But yeah, that's the month of June kind of at a glance. Outside right now it is mostly cloudy. Over downtown San Antonio, the airport, and everywhere seeing similar conditions. Excuse me. And same thing over Calaveras Lake. So again, it was a pretty warm day. High temperatures made it up to the upper 90s today. I think 97 to 98 here in San Antonio, which, by the way, I could tell you for certain right here, 99 was the high today here in the city. That's at the airport. That's considered the official high in San Antonio. That is extremely hot, way too hot for June, at least early June, but it is almost summertime. Summer officially begins on June 20th. So technically we're still in spring, and the fact that we're hitting 99 to 100 degrees in springtime, it's incredible. Okay, 96 at Del Rio, 88 at Rock Springs. You can see kind of a boundary of cooler, more northerly air northwest of Rock Springs. We'll take a look at radar in a moment. That may be because of a shower or storm way to the north of Del Rio. Something we'll keep an eye on. And again, we'll show you radar in a second. Feels like temperatures 99 in the city, 100 in Pleasanton, 101 at Carrizo Springs. And you can see kind of farther northwest, some cooler air. That is because of a thunderstorm creating that cooler, shallow air at the surface. So outside it is a little gray, and you can see that's Calaveras Lake. Temperatures will fall into the 80s and upper 70s over the next 12 to 15 hours. Monday will kick off mostly cloudy with a little bit of patchy fog here and there. The wind speeds moving around 10 miles an hour should limit the amount of fog, but there will be a few areas of lower visibility tomorrow morning, but nothing too dense. Okay, here's radar. We were talking about a thunderstorm, and if you look out west and even farther north, there's a lot of action. I mean, we'll zoom in on some of these communities in northeast Texas. This is for Gregg and Smith County. A lot of heavy rain, widespread thunderstorms moving through that area. All the rain is moving out of Dallas as we speak, moving through Corsicana, northeast of Waco, passing over I-35, and northeast of Hamilton. These pink boxes represent severe thunderstorm watches. These are not in effect anywhere near us, all the way farther north up I-35 towards Waco and central Texas. Let's zoom back out and show you what's happening farther west near Del Rio. So there are a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings that are now crossing into Valverde County, producing lightning, probably some hail. This is far removed from Del Rio and even us in San Antonio. And this severe thunderstorm watch is not even included in our area. There will be a small chance that some of these drift towards Del Rio and Uvalde, maybe closer to midnight tonight. But remember, when we lose daytime heat, when the sun sets, which it is right now, and temperatures cool off, we lose the fuel in the atmosphere. So while these storms have a pretty decent chance at moving farther east towards central Valverde County, maybe Del Rio, Uvalde, Rock Springs, Real, and Edwards County, most of all, they will weaken on approach to us in the overnight. But if you're watching from Uvalde, maybe Camp Wood, Rock Springs, west of Lakey maybe, west of Bandera, and towards, let's say, areas in Valverde County, Brackettville. Again, this will be the area that tonight may see a pretty decent chance at some of these storms drifting farther east. But for the city, for San Antonio, we'll be pretty quiet in the overnight. So that's a look at a forecast model. Let me just rewind this back. Natalie and Melissa, Eagle Pass, Seguin. Seguin should be quiet overnight. Eagle Pass, there's a chance that some of these move in your direction. This model is way off the mark. And when I say that, it's because this model, it says 8 o'clock on the timestamp. It's 8:30. But most importantly, there are no storms moving into Rock Springs at the moment. So meaning this forecast model, it's just not initializing really well. Or in other words, it's not handling the rain and storms that are out there right now very well. So let's go to a different model. Let's go to the HRRR. That's not saying a lot either, but with that being said, you know, the HRRR really is not too strong on the idea of rain moving east overnight. So going back to that last model, not doing a very good job at considering what's out there right now. With that being said, it still is taking into account the storms that are out in northern Valverde County. Some of that will move farther south and east. Eagle Pass, I would probably give you about a 30% chance. You see a few storms, isolated activity around midnight tonight. It's going to be an outside chance. But if anyone does see any activity tonight, it'll be in our western counties. Anywhere from Zavala County to Uvalde, Maverick County to Rock Springs, the best chance of that happening. But again, as we cool down temperatures overnight, all this weakens and it just fizzles out. But again, an isolated chance at some of this isolated activity moving through overnight. And here's the SPC outlook. So you can see anywhere out west in Del Rio included in a level 2 out of 5. That's through about 5 a.m. tomorrow morning probably. San Antonio not even included in a threat. It's out west towards Kerrville, Rock Springs, and Eagle Pass, mainly north of Eagle Pass where they're in a level 1 out of 5. So is there a chance that some of these showers and storms move farther southeast towards Eagle Pass, Rock Springs, and Uvalde? Yes, but I think that's as far east they get. I don't think they make it anywhere towards the city for the overnight hours. Tomorrow's forecast, we stay hot, middle 90s. It's going to be a warm day. It will be a little breezy at times, moving around 13 to 20 miles an hour. But still pretty hot. 91's average, 95 is way too warm, about 5 degrees above average. So here's the forecast. By about Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to watch a ridge of high pressure develop out near Las Vegas, the desert southwest, California, and it moves farther east towards North Texas, New Mexico, and towards El Paso. What that will do is lead to a lot of heat. So you can see the 7-day, it is extremely hot. And then you add in the humidity count on top of the air temperature, and the heat index will be hotter than that. Probably on the range of 105 to 110 daily. I would say through about Friday, that's probably our best chance at seeing this happening. So that ridge of high pressure, depending on the exact timing, it strengthens and it moves farther east towards West Texas. That'll determine the exact air temperature forecast. But right now we're expecting anywhere from 98 to 100 over the next 7 days. And if you look closely, tonight through tomorrow morning, a 20% chance at overnight rain. Same thing for probably Tuesday night and early Wednesday. But that is the best we can muster up. We can't really produce any really significant rain chances with that ridge of high pressure so dominant over West Texas and northern Mexico. What that will do is provide sinking air and just block any kind of rain moving towards us, moving in our direction. So as long as that heat high remains overhead near Texas, between here, Mexico, New Mexico, and Arizona, which is where it sets up during the summer months, June, July, and August, we really don't see much in the way of rain. Sometimes we can see coastal showers move in from the Gulf of Mexico. Sometimes we can see West Texas storms like what we're seeing right now move farther east. But by the time they do so, they weaken overnight and they have a very outlying chance at moving anywhere near San Antonio. So you can see very dismal, slim rain chances for the next 7 days and few clouds, high hot temperatures, 100 Tuesday, 100 Wednesday, and 100 Thursday. Melissa, no, I don't think any hail will be a problem. If you're watching from Del Rio to Rock Springs, maybe a small chance at that storm producing hail. But bottom line, we'll just have to watch it as it moves farther east. Good chance it just moves directly east and it doesn't even impact Del Rio at all. So we'll have to just monitor that storm. It's now entering western Valverde County, so depending on if it moves farther south or east, will determine more on who exactly sees the hail core and furthermore and things like that. So again, we'll watch that storm very closely and keep you updated. Grace, any severe storms possible in SA moving the north? No, Grace, nothing at that moment for San Antonio. We stay pretty quiet in the overnight. Only our western counties has a pretty good chance at seeing some of those isolated storms move in their direction, like Real County, Edwards County, and Valverde County. But Bexar County, our area, pretty quiet overnight. 100 in San Antonio means hotter here in Cotulla. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Yeah, if you look at anywhere west and southwest of San Antonio, rule of thumb, if it's 95, 100, 105 in San Antonio, you can bet it's 2 to 5 degrees hotter anywhere southwest of San Antonio. Pearsall, Cotulla, Carrizo Springs, which by the way, between 95 and 97 at Pearsall, 96 at Del Rio, so it is extremely hot out there. Good point, Hannick. Absolutely, Melissa, you're welcome. Eagle Pass, yeah, Eagle Pass is in our area. We're watching Eagle Pass very closely. We saw a few storms develop in Mexico last night. A lot of that action just moved directly east. It really didn't impact Del Rio as much as we thought, and Eagle Pass as much as we thought. But there were storms out west earlier last night. But right now, Eagle Pass should remain okay. I think it's anywhere north of Del Rio towards Rock Springs, the better chance of seeing some of those supercells get stronger and some pretty good rainfall. Sonia, good evening. Of course, you're very welcome. No rain again. I know, Marion. I know. Seguin will be okay. Drink plenty of water. Wear sunglasses. Find shade. I know it's just so hot this time of year, John. It's that time of year where people don't like it, right? It's just way too hot every single day. It's like consecutive days of triple-digit heat. And even if we don't hit 100 degrees on the dot on the air temperature, the heat index goes well above 100, right? Heat index probably every single day this week will be in the range of 103 to 108. It's going to be way too hot. Melissa, you're welcome. One, notice that showers tend to break apart when they get to SA. Why is most of Texas getting rain and not SA? So, this time of year, the jet stream retreats farther north. In the wintertime, it goes farther south, right? That's why we get colder air in January and December and February. But in summertime, the jet stream goes farther north to Canada, and all the energy remains farther north. So if any storm system drops down to Kansas, to New Mexico, to Texas, if they do so, it's mainly in the northern part of the state. So Dallas, West Texas always gets in on that action. And then also the dry line sets up out west in El Paso, Big Bend National Park area. So it's either the rains up north in the Red River Valley near Dallas and Fort Worth, or the rains out west near Big Bend, Sonora, Fort Stockton, towards Lubbock, towards Abilene. But San Antonio, we're just like too far south, and we can't see any of this rain because it either stays west or north, and by the time it gets to us, it weakens substantially because we're already farther south, and two, by the time it gets to us, it's late at night, and we have nighttime cooling, no longer daytime heat. So yeah, it's hard. We're in a very awkward area to see storms this time of year because of high pressure, because of our location. The mountains of Mexico play a pretty large role in developing thunderstorms off that lee side of the mountain range. And again, it's so far west, by the time it makes it anywhere near us, it just rains out, it fizzles out. The activity just weakens substantially, and we just get the remnants, which can be light rain and some isolated storm activity. But again, in terms of widespread storms, we're just in an awkward area in South Texas where, again, most of the rain action happens either in West Texas or North Texas in early to mid-June. So yeah, unfortunately, we don't get in on some of the action unless it's the tropics, right? And again, we're in hurricane season, June through November. Moisture, tropical depressions, tropical storms, hurricanes can move in from the south, and that can give us a pretty good rain chance. That'll work out in our favor, being as far south as we are. But again, that's always just a chance, because hurricanes are pretty infrequent when it comes to this time of year in June. They become more frequent in August and September. But again, the likelihood of a hurricane or storm hitting directly in the Texas coast is pretty slim. But of course, it is possible. So we always have to keep our guard up. Worried about the tropics. Yeah, Greece, we are in hurricane season. We're in a dome, no rain. Yeah, I mean, you have so much hot air rising, it almost creates a cap, right? A cap of warm air aloft, or a dome that just prevents any rain from moving in. That's always a good topic of discussion. Juan, of course, you're welcome. Thank you so much, man. Of course. All right, we'll keep it on the forecast a little longer. We'll have another update tonight on KENS 5 News at 10 for the latest on local news, weather, sports, and everything you need to know around San Antonio. But yeah, have a great rest of your week, guys. Stay cool, find shade, drink plenty of water, drink more water, because this is hot. Right? I mean, normal, you can see in the upper right-hand corner, 91 is average for early June. Instead, we're hitting 98 to 100, so way too hot. Way. Yeah, I know it's the summertime, but the fact that, we're hitting 100 degrees, 99 consecutively, it's way too early to see this kind of heat this long in duration. So it's going to be hot. And only small chances at rain overnight tonight and through Tuesday night as well. It's that 20% chance you're looking at. Otherwise, enjoy June. Be safe, drink plenty of water, stay safe, and take breaks when you can. It is dangerous heat that we're going through, especially when you factor in the humidity, and the heat index will be near 105 to 110 some days this week. Be careful, stay safe, and we'll see you later. Have a great Sunday night, and have a great rest of your week. Make it a great one, and we'll see y'all later. Tune in to KENS 5 News at 10 for the latest, and we'll have another update on the weather forecast as well. Have a great one, guys, and be safe.